So I thought we would just catch up with some of the chicks. Obviously they're on the they're in the penthouse of the quail hutch. The quails are down there, and these are up here. This is just a metal manhole covering I'm using to cover off the stairwell, obviously, so they don't drop down. And there is this one little quail in there because this quail actually managed to break the top of his beak and was getting horrendously attacked by the other quail, so he's in here. So we've got two ages of chicks in here. We've got the older silky and Danver silky crosses, of which you can see here. This looks like it's going to be a boy. You can see already by that thick comb developing that it's going to be a boy. Got a nice little silky here. It's got some of that little marshmallow colour coming through already. Not you, the one that ran behind. He's disappeared over the back. That one over the back has a bit of marshmallow colouring on it. And then obviously the younger ones are hiding, of course, are these ones. So these are little cream leg bar ones here and here. And a little Jersey Giant. This is our little Aracorna that just popped out. So they're all doing very, very well. Quite a few boys. This looks to be a boy, because he's already got, even though he's quite young, he's got quite a bit of wattle already. This grey is a grey Jersey Giant, looks to be a boy. Both of these silky crosses look to be boys. But we will see. We'll see what happens when they grow up. But that's a quick catch up on the chicks in the penthouse. Well, summer has officially arrived because the banana plant is out. So we've moved the banana out from the conservatory, and it's in this big pot. We've repotted it as well so that we can give it a ton of water and it will grow tall. It's got this lovely new fresh leaf coming up, and they do drink a hell of a lot of water. So the one thing I need to do is make sure it continues to be watered. So along with the banana, we also have the tree fern. So the tree fern is out. Obviously it grows very, very slowly, but you can see it's got these lovely new little fronds coming out. Very nice plant. And then finally, I'm loving that we've moved these Sarracenias to this patch, because you kind of look through them to the rest of the garden. But look how pretty they look now they're all flowering. So you've got these different varieties. Lovely yellow flower there. And then these little curled up ones that haven't opened, and then these two-tone ones which I really like, which are kind of this pinkish red and yellowy green colour. Really nice. And actually, as I say, this is actually a bubbler that's just sat in there to get some water. But I love having it here. It's really nice to look through. And actually, there's another little one. So you can see this smaller variety on this other side as these little tiny flowers down the bottom. So it's really nice, contrasts well with what's behind it as well. So yes, summer is coming, and the frost tender plants are starting to flourish. So today I'm actually at a gardening client's, and we are replacing some box. So we've got these nice box spirals, but the box caterpillar has emaciated and eradicated this box. So these were individual box plants, and you can just see it has just ruined them. For some reason it didn't ruin this side, but it ruined all of this side. So what we're putting in instead are these little euonymus plants. They look great, you can prune them really, really well, and look, it still looks like a fab little hedge. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm just literally digging them in and composting. I won't be pruning today, so what I'll be doing is putting them in, watering them in and letting them settle for a couple of weeks, letting the roots get established, and then I will come back and I'll prune them and square them off into a nice proper hedge. But it's definitely a good replacement for the dreaded box. The spirals obviously are box, and that's mainly because it's quite hard to find good topiary that isn't box. So we're going to persevere with some spirals and pick off caterpillars and box stuff when we see it. But for now, these euonymus will definitely make life a little bit easier. So I just would like to take a moment to enjoy foxgloves. So this is the shady corner down by my greenhouse, and I am actually thinking of putting in a run here to keep the baby pheasants in. But obviously for now it's got plants in it, and I just love foxgloves. even before they flowered. So this stem hasn't even opened yet, and doesn't it look magnificent? These are all self-seeded, by the way. I didn't put any of these in, which is why they're at the front of the bed and not at the back of the bed. But they are absolutely lovely. And now these are a wild variety, so you can see here, look at that blue sky you can see reflected, beautiful. But you can see, just look at these flowers, aren't they amazing? I love them when they're open, but I think I even love them more when they're like this. They look like little candied sweets, those colours that you find in sweets, but just beautiful. And again, a nice structural plant, so to create some height and some drama. A lovely foxglove, and they last a long time again as well, so they will go on flowering for several weeks and create this beautiful drama within the flower beds. So really nice to see them. So this might just look like an unused, emptied chick box to you, but for those who know me well, you'll know that incubator space is at a premium, and I've run out of incubator space. So what's happened? Yes, that is a hen. And yes, she is on eggs. So she is actually on a mix of pheasant eggs. Now before Eve died, she did lay one egg about 2 weeks after Adam arrived. So that egg is under her with the hopes that Eve's egg is fertile. There are also some more Reeves eggs under her, and there are some Lady Amherst pheasant eggs under her. Now chickens hatch in 21 days and pheasants hatch in 28 days. So what I'm going to be doing is monitoring the situation. If she leaves her eggs beforehand, I will have an incubator free by then, and I can shove those eggs into the incubator just to finish them off. I'm hoping she will just stay seated on them until they are old enough to hatch out, which she probably will because she's a broody. But some broodies will only sit for kind of a 3 weeks, 21, 22, 23 days, and then they'll give up, which obviously for a 28-day hatch is useless. But we do have a hen on those eggs. It's a good option if you're waiting on incubator space, and then of course you can take eggs away and pop them in and incubate them off later on. So yes, we've got more hens on more eggs. So I wanted to show you this. Now this was on yesterday's video about the cutting garden. I didn't know what it was, and luckily many of you told me what it was. It's Angelica. So look at it now. It's started to open out, and you can see it creates these huge, wonderful flower heads, and these will be bursting with white when they actually open into full buds. Isn't that lovely? Very sculptural, nice and big. This is only its second year, so it should even get taller than that next year. So it creates some drama in the beds, and then obviously as I did, I planted around underneath. Now the other thing that somebody mentioned was you can actually take these stems and candy them and make sweets. So candied Angelica stem, and that is something that I seriously want to try, because I would love to be able to make my own kind of sweet nibbles from stuff in the garden. So I'm definitely going to try making candied Angelica stem, but for now I'm just going to enjoy its kind of architectural magnificence and these beautiful flower stems with the birds flitting around behind it. You can just see that little diamond dove there. There it is. So yeah, so for now, really a nice plant in the garden. Well, I'm ending the week on a bit of a high. I'm at the Young Essex Farmers Show. You might have remembered I actually came to this show last year as a spectator, and this year I'm actually here with work. We've got a stand for Barleylands Farm Park. Just on my lunch break, so I thought I would come across and look at a few of the cows. They had no red poles here last year. But I have a treat because they have some this year.
First time in the show.
Let's go down here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
And here we go. So here are my favourite cows ever. Beautiful red poles. So as I said before, these are the future cows that I want to keep. Nice, small, well-tempered, docile, dual breed, which means you can use them for milk and beef, and also native to Suffolk and Norfolk, which is exactly where the farm is. So it falls in with the ideal cow for our future farm. Small, docile, easy managed, milk and meat, and a local rare breed. These are actually Ladler's Red Pole. So yeah, beautiful day to end the week. Beautiful skies, beautiful cows, and a lovely day out.